It's so difficult to figure out if we're on the right path. It's always easier to look back and see if we were on the right path or not. But when we're heading forward, it's so difficult to know whether we should go left on the fork of the road or if we should make that right turn. One of the ways that I like to try to figure these things out is by modeling success, reading a lot of books about those who are successful, just made that right turn versus the left turn. One of the ways that I like to see what the right path might be for me is to model success. And the way that I figure out who is successful is by doing a lot of reading. So you've heard me talk about this book, The Top 10 Rules of Success, written by Evan Carmichael. You've probably also heard me talk a little bit about this other book called Tribe of Mentors, written by Tim Ferriss. Both of those books are amazing. I highly recommend that you check out both of those. But there's so many different people, so many different characters in those books that are successful in different ways. And after reading them, a lot of people are successful in a lot of different ways, but the ways in which they're successful tend to bleed into one another. So what makes one successful in business or makes another one successful in journalism or makes somebody else successful in, say, sports or music, it's all the same kinds of things. It's determination. It's not giving up when others are telling you to quit. It's putting in the work. It's consistency. It's having passion for what you believe in. One of the interesting things that has kind of struck me very recently about many of these people that have been profiled and have had success is that, believe it or not, they're all human. They all have their flaws, not just the flaws that they've overcome, but the flaws that they continue to have. And why do they continue to have flaws? Because they're human. In Evan's book, for example, I've been a huge UFC fan and a very big Conor McGregor fan for a long time, just from watching his fights. And what he ended up doing relatively recently was he took a dolly and threw a bus window with a lot of other fighters in it. A terrible thing, no excuse. I can step back and understand, just as a neutral observer, maybe the perspective of why he did something like that. Not condoning it, of course, but just an understanding. One of the next people to pop up in Evan's book as someone that's had extreme success is Louis C.K. And he's had his own share of problems with sexual misconduct recently in the media. I'm sure that he'll overcome that with time, maybe issue some public apologies. Hopefully he is apologetic for those things, but that's up to him. But a lot of the mindsets of these people are still something that are worth modeling. For example, with Louis C.K., one of the things that one of his top 10 rules of success that Evan wrote about was to just appreciate life, right? So appreciate all this. And one of the things that Louis C.K. spoke about in that particular rule was that, there's something like a 4 billion to 1 chance of just being a human, right? Well, we've heard that. We've heard Gary Vaynerchuk talk about that. We've heard a lot of people talk about that. Another thing that Louis C.K. pointed out, though, is that we're lucky to be a human and be on this planet. Literally, if you go 1 billion miles in any direction, it sucks. You could be on Pluto, right? literally in any direction a billion miles away from this planet, it sucks to be on. And yet we're a human being, 4 billion to 1 odds, and we're on this planet. Just appreciate life. It's such a great mindset to have. We're here, we're breathing, we can experience great days like this. Just come into the park, walking around, experiencing the sun shining, the nice blue skies, the nature. It doesn't cost anything to do those things. The reason why I like talking about stocks and I like the market, aside from it being, what I think is one of the most strategic and challenging and fun games to play, is that once we get good at it and we could repeat that process over and over and over again, and I feel as though it's something that anybody can be taught how to do. And if you feel that it's not for you, it's good to have at least a basic knowledge, so that way you can then hire the right person to help you with it or do it for you. The reason why I think that the stock market is so important is because it does help us attain a bit more of financial freedom and to be able to grow our wealth and to give us more time to enjoy all the stuff like this. I think a few points came out of this little rant. That one is to appreciate life. 2 is that no matter what level of success that anyone has had, we want to model their success, but also understand that everyone is just human. We shouldn't put anyone on a pedestal, because if we start putting other people that have had great success on a pedestal, where not only are we saying that they're above us, but by extension, if we're creating that kind of a hierarchy, we're also saying that we're above someone else. And I personally believe that everyone is equal. I'm no greater than you, you're no greater than me, and we're all just here. We're all just here, we're all just trying to learn, we're all just trying to do this stuff. We're all just trying to coexist and hopefully leave this planet in better shape than we found it. And finally, the last thing about this rant is, yes, I do believe that the stock market is important. I do believe that having some kind of financial education is important, at least a very basic understanding, so that way we can take advantage of the markets, we can have more time to spend with family and enjoy nature and do all the things in life that we want to do. And that's what it's really all about. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I truly, truly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments on anything that I said, please leave it down in the comment section below and I will personally help you. Also, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button. That's going to help us out a lot. And make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that way you get every single update. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care and have a great day.